When we feel fear, we can notice that it is an indication that our attention is given to the mind stories based on the ideas what society told us. And then we can realize that fear itself is actually a calling from source that is giving attention to the reality, larger part of us, which has more of clarity of everything, giving attention to awareness, that is essence of everything, essence of phenomena. Everything comes from this awareness. We can say most sure, steady thing. We can know it through being aware of it. It is not concept. You can access and know it through being aware of it. And you can know that this awareness is never be affected by any circumstances or situations because it is the essence. All the physical phenomena comes from it. Therefore, when we access to being presence through awareness, we can feel sure and conviction, freedom, it's okayness. Everything is okay, that kind of feeling. Then we can assure ourselves that what we can truly depend on is this reality, truth of our being. It's a moment by moment choice. Whenever we give attention to mind, easily to be swayed by it, easily to caught up with stories, and experiencing pleasure and pain, ups and downs. We are so addicted to that stimulation. We are so addicted to the stories. We are so addicted to depend on it. Therefore, this ups and down stories experience never be ceased. We are awareness and source of all the stories of physical phenomena. It is always here and now. It is so sure. It is so wise. It is so joyous. We can know that what we can truly rely on is inspiration from being, sense of presence, guidance of the heart. It is guidance of infinite intelligence. Then we can know that no matter what the physical phenomena arise, no matter what the circumstances and situations, no matter what our mind create any stories, greater I am that we are, is actually always already orchestrating everything perfectly. When we access to that realm of reality, everything is arising and orchestrating perfectly. And right now, right here, awareness that we are is keep expanding. When you tune into it, we can just sense its flow of joy and bliss and an excitement even. It is passion. It is our truth of our being. That is our true, pure, creative energy. All we have to do is, as a human consciousness, is just be aware of it and allow it to through, allow it to emerge. Then, all we can experience is just joyous expansion. Be in presence. There's no fear whatsoever. There's no negativity. Because when we are aligned, just be aligned. What we can perceive is nothing but the fullness. And we receive clarity. Actually, everything is orchestrating perfectly. Because we don't buy into all the judgment, all the idea that society told us. Which means we don't buy into what the mind said. we don't believe all those relative ideas because we knew clarity, we knew reality. We knew right now, right here, everything is orchestrated, created through infinite intelligence and unconditional love. We don't usually realize that because we are so much giving attention to mind activities, so much involving with pleasure and pain stories. Once we start giving attention to the presence, awareness, we can start remembering and recalling what we already knew. Right now, right here. Ever-expanding awareness, just expanding right now, right here. And orchestrating everything perfectly. From the perspective of mind might perceive it's something lacking, but using that, great I am is helping this human mind to expand and greater potential, more of love and light. And such evolving of consciousness itself is joy. And when we start giving attention to that joy, be in that joy more and more, all the mind judgment, conditioned nervous system start resolving into light. Because we realize that we don't need to use judgmental ideas trying to push against something perceived as wrong. Because we start losing interest in pleasure and pain stories. We start stopping relying on the stimulation of pain and pleasure. Because we start realizing much more deeply what the true joy and inspiration and excitement and bliss and freedom is. It is a flow of pure positive energy. It is ever-expanding awareness and spaciousness. It is like a vertical movement of attention, not horizontal, seeking out some things and stuff stimulate our mind. We start using all the physical phenomena and different contrast of vibration to expansion of awareness and deepening our bliss and joy and flow of creativity and reality of infinite potential is much more arise and become more real. And we will realize that what we thought it's real based on the idea of duality, focusing on only shapes and forms. Perception of gain and lose is actually movie, story, imagination that mind created, which feels rather flat and disempowering, quite mediocrity. Our journey of true self, which is more of bliss and more of joy and greater awareness of infinite being, is truly juicy and joyous and epic. Whenever we feel fearful, we can realize that we are holding on to and believe into what the mind offers, what the society offers, which is mediocrity. It is great news that thinking something lose, because actually we never lose. What you lose is just an illusion, flat, plain story of pleasure and pain. When we embrace that, when we give attention to the presence, reality, and this awareness bring us clarity. Clarity that is what is coming and arising is truth of your being, more of fullness, more of joy and bliss and perfection of all. Right now, right here, this physical body and other situations and stuff is created and emerged from this awareness. And right now, right here, this physical body is sustained by everything. always okay, because awareness that we are is love and wisdom in fullness. When we feel fear of losing something, it is a good news, because after all, you never lose anything. Instead, you will realize more of fullness, more of joy, more of freedom and abundance actually, because you will realize that you never lose anything. From the physical point of view, you might think that you lose something and you fear. You wanna keep clinging and wanting something bring you pleasure, but actually, true pleasure is yourself. No things and stuff bring you truly what you want. Life is helping us to be realized that you don't actually need anything, because you are awareness, because you are everything. And this body part, this physical part of you is always already loved and sustained, because our mind is argue about it, do not accept it, do not want to see it. That's why life is helping us to see it, sometimes through losing everything from the perspective of physical, in order to letting mind know that what physical mind insisting, believing that something wrong or something should have done or something lack is actually lack of clarity, lack of perception of understanding of wholeness, perfection. Therefore, it is always easier way to give attention to acknowledge the sense of presence, guidance of heart, and allow physical mind to surrender, open to see the reality, fullness of our being.